Okay, I have an extensive background actually in electronics repair and consumer electronics, so I know better than to waste your time. And what you're looking for is the cons in this device, and why would you not purchase it? If you need instructional videos, they're available through Garmin's website and a myriad of other forms online and through YouTube. So let's not waste time with that. I've driven with this unit for about 15,000 miles and 3 months, roughly, moving for 300 hours, stopped for almost 6. So I've used it quite extensively. I haven't just taken it out of the box, and I know what I don't like about it. Minor things are on the call settings. I have to disable the call thing because it sometimes covers vital information. So on the Bluetooth settings for calls, I have them disabled. Second to that, the OK Garmin voice function conflicts with my Garmin dash cam, and I haven't found a way to get those two to work together. Now, there might be a workaround, but I'm not going to take the time to figure it out, and you probably won't either, but that is very minor. The primary thing that I'm not a fan of is if I go to a destination, let's say it has a questionable approach, let's say Casino Morongo, for example. That has a couple roundabouts. There's a couple points of entry, several points of entry. Some are...
Please drive to highlighted route.
Almost frontage road situations. So let's go ahead and break that out. Let the map scale. True north, and go to our destination. Sorry, this takes a little while, but this is important. So if I were to, this is the exit I take when I approach from the westbound. Let's say we take and hold there. It helps to be closer, that's for darn sure. All right, so once you see the names of the streets appear, that's the best way to do it. So I'm gonna add a marker here. I'm gonna say shape route. So instead of that previous roundabout, it's going to take the exit, go off main, and have me turn around, and that will avoid that roundabout. Bring me back on the frontage, bring me into the parking lot casino, and actually there's multiple points of entry. So if I were to say, no, I don't want to take the first lot off Seminole, I can actually take this one here. So then it will work at all, but you see it removed. It seemed to have removed that other marker. Doesn't even seem to want to work at all because it's not on a major roadway, because it's inside of a parking lot right there. So the shape planning is not that accurate. You almost need to remember where your turns are. That, I take the left on Monte Vista on the way to the Montclair drop. I don't want to take this other street. You almost need to do that. Alternatively, there is a way to do it where you would go into the apps. You would go into the trip planner. And by using the trip planner, you can add destinations, and then you can shape routes, and it will save it. Now, if I were to stop this route, if I was going to go to where to, recent, Morongo, because I have stopped that route. And
Please drive to highlighted route.
I just did is gone. And I don't see a way to save it. There could possibly be one, but I'm not familiar with one. You'll notice now that it's just a straight line. It goes exits right where it was before, and the shaping's gone. So I wish they had an easy way to save the shape route. Other than that, some of the first things you're going to want to do, which they don't easily describe it, when they have you set up your initial truck profile, when you're saying 73, 80, 86, 13, 6, all of that, make sure that you get that right, but they will just bring you through these elements of the prompt. If you're going through Utah and it says 80 miles per hour and you're in a mega carrier governed truck, you want to respectively say 60 miles per hour, and the way you adjust that is through here. You go through your width, you can add hazmat. I think that is in the prompts for the initial setup, but the max speed adjust is not. So you have to go into a profile, create a max speed adjust, and this will give you an accurate time of arrival. If you say you're going to get to Utah in 7 hours, you're going to find yourself getting there in about 8.5, because their speed limit's 80 miles per hour. So that is a wonderful tool that they have that's very crucial. This little arrow means it needs an update, so keep an eye on that. Of course, I do mine over Wi-Fi. I'm not going to do it on cellular or in a truck. But those are the drawbacks and the very, very key points. Also, when you link to your phone, this traffic data is incredibly accurate. It will say 1,000 yards, 200 feet, 100 feet, and I'll be darned if there isn't a car 100 feet where this thing exactly says that it is. So their traffic data is awesome, but I'm sure that's the same on every Garmin. So the Dezel 700, not being different, I'm sure, in that respect. Some of them might have other options. I haven't used a ton of them, but I can just tell you from experience so far that those are the drawbacks. You can, look up the rest of it online and see, tutorials and all that stuff. I don't need to bore you with any of that. The weather app's pretty good. Their apps as a whole aren't fantastic. The only thing I can tell you, which will be vital to you as a truck driver, is that when you say, where are you going? Let's say recent locations. Let's go to Phoenix, Arizona. Let's go ahead and just start a new route and replace.
Going to Hensley and Company PHX.
Now there is an app. It says apps for pilots and loves, which you're probably going to be tempted to use.
Please drive to highlighted
However,
route.
if you open those apps and you find, something in the way, the marks are not very good. The instructions are, within your radius. It'll tell you things. This is in my route. This is in my route. That is, some of these are, it will technically be possible to give you some off route. I'm near the coast, so most of them are going to be on the route because I'm moved from California to Phoenix. But if I was in the Midwest or somewhere where there was options in a radius, basically I think every island is on my route. There's nothing towards the coast. I'm in Van Nuys. So if I was going to find that, here's how you do that. You go to this search bar, and you say my active route, truck locations. I have the filter saved for Pilot Flying J's. You can change that how you want. So then you say filter on my route, Flying J's, and then it will tell you things just on your route or near destination city and so on. Going it through in this method instead of using the apps, I would highly recommend, because it will often try to take you off route if you're not paying attention. So basically everything goes through that. So those are all the pros, those are all the cons that I found.